All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this webinar. Oh, hi, guys. I see that you're already writing on the chat. Hey. Cool. Nice to see you all here. So I'm Stephanie. I work for VanHack. I am in charge of our verification processes, so English verification, profile verification, and code verification. And here we have Ricardo Jardim. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, as Stephanie has just said, my name is Ricardo. I also give lessons and lectures here at VanHack, and I also assisted them with all the language services as well as with the English verification process.
Exactly. So welcome here. We're really happy to be here with you today. We're going to be speaking about the 3 keys to getting hired abroad. All right, so let's jump straight into our presentation. Okay, perfect. All right, so what are the 3 keys? Basically, they are English, profile, and code verification. Okay, these 3 processes are super important at VanHack and super important for all the candidates who are serious about getting a job through VanHack. All of them have their importance, all of them have their processes, and we're going to be discussing them individually today. Let's start with profile verification. So if you really want a job, it's essential that you have a complete profile that really reflects your experiences and reflects your skills, because all we do at VanHack is matching candidates to jobs. If we don't have any information from you, we basically can't match you to anything, so your chances are very, very small. So what is a complete VanHack profile? Basically, in general terms, a complete profile is a profile that has contact information, professional information, educational information, tech skills, and a resume. Okay? These 5 topics are super important and they're non-negotiable. We need to know this in order to match you and to send you to clients. Also because every time we send a candidate to a client, we send their VanHack profile link. So if you have an empty profile, they have nothing to see. And even if we try to book you an interview, you're probably not going to get one. All right. So as an example, this is just a template. Okay, it's not a real person, but it's an example of a profile that is almost 100% complete. As you guys can see, it's missing the phone number, but still, this is a verified candidate. He has filled out his visa status, his email, his bio is also filled out. Not only that, when it comes to his links, so resume, English video, LinkedIn, GitHub, etc. These are present in his profile. Here, the most important to us are resume and LinkedIn. It's okay if you don't have the rest, totally fine. But if you do, it's nice to add to your profile, of course. And most importantly, the professional info is filled out and with details, right? So we want to know what is the name of the company where you're working at. We want to know the period range that you have been working for them, as well as a little bit about the company, the main descriptions of your duties, your responsibilities there, the projects that you have developed, and of course, the tech stack that you have used. It doesn't have to be so lengthy, but we don't know you as well as you know yourself. This is something that I always tell candidates. So we need to be able to get a kind of a big picture of your experiences in order to match you better to jobs. This is also important because, well, we work with an artificial intelligence matching process. And for example, let's say that we're working with a fintech that uses blockchain technologies. We will usually research for like blockchains, and our AI, machine will scroll through all profiles and return to the ones who have the word blockchain in it. So that's why, like, the more you can say to us about your job experiences, the easier it will be for us to find you and match you to the right jobs. All right. Continuing on, you see that this person has also added a little bit about his educational experience. It's fine if you don't have a degree, okay, no worries. But if you do, we want to know about it, as well as his main skills and his target location. So I do encourage you to go to your VanHack profile, take a look at all the fields that are in red or all the fields that are empty, and try your best to fill them out as completely as possible. Okay? One thing that is important as well is that we really want you to add your resume to your profile. And we really appreciate it when this resume is in the VanHack template, because it's much easier for us. We don't have to ask you to redo your resume if we're interested in you and want to send you to a job. It's easier for our clients to scroll through your experiences as well. And we have a template that you can use, and we'll guide you step by step on how to create a really good resume. I am definitely going to share the link of this with you later. Okay, don't worry. And again, just to reinforce, if your profile doesn't have any information, we cannot match you to jobs. Okay, we do have an artificial intelligence that will match you, not only in terms of recommending you to jobs, but also showing how good of a match you are to a job that you have actively applied to. So, for example, these are screenshots of our actual interview pipeline. So we see that we have 99 candidates here, 53 candidates here, and we can always see a percentile match of how well your profile matches that job. So we take into consideration years of experience, we take into consideration English verification, the skills you have listed, and many other things. Not only this, we also use filters. So, for example, let's say that you have created a profile, but you haven't added any job experiences. We are going to assume that you have 0 years of experience, between 0 and 2. And if it's a senior level job, our recruiters are always going to select 3 to 5 or maybe +6 years. So you're not going to appear in that filter, for example. Same thing with English verification, okay? We have clients that explicitly say we want candidates with fluent level English or with verified English, which is now mandatory, but still, right? So we do use the filters as well, and you might be left out of this new version of this filter if your profile is empty, all right? So that's a little bit about profile. Guys, if you have questions, please write them in the chat and we will through them at the end. Now, I would like to invite Jardim to say a little bit about our English verification.
All right, great. So, well, I guess everybody knows by now that English is really a required thing, really. I mean, your English needs to be verified. We need to know your level in order to find the best possible match. And we have a method which is quite unique to verify and check your levels. However, this method is quite new. We just started using this new method today. The old method was basically a Skype call that you had to schedule, you had to depend on availability, our availability, your availability, the agenda of our consultants. There were so many dependencies in the old system. And when you have too many dependencies, basically there is always a probability for something to go wrong, right? Imagine a system with 10 dependencies. One tiny little thing goes wrong, the whole process goes to a halt, right? The new system is absolutely amazing. And I'm going to share the new English verification system with you guys. Well, the new system, first of all, is unique. You are going to experience something that basically nowhere else you will have a system like this to have your English verified. It is unique, it is dynamic, and most importantly, it is fun and 1000% self-service. What I mean self-service is that basically you don't depend on anything else, on anybody else. So you don't depend on anybody's availability. You don't depend on scheduling a call. You don't depend on us for anything. You do everything literally by yourselves. And that's amazing, really. That's really good. It gives like the feeling of freedom. If you want to do it within the next 5 minutes, go ahead. You can do it. Yeah. So, right. So, and also one thing that is really important, yeah, when we check your English levels, when we verify your English, this is a certification, yeah. We are certifying the market as a whole that you are or not ready to be employed, that your English is good enough, to get that dream job abroad, yeah. So this is a certification. Although the whole process is dynamic, fun, and everything else, so it must be taken seriously, because we're gonna use this. You're gonna see in a minute that during the process you're gonna create content, and we will use this content to find the best possible match for you. You want me to talk about this banner here, Stephanie?
Sure, yes.
All right. Okay. Great. All right. As I had said, a second ago, the whole process, 100% self-service. So you literally do everything by yourselves. Basically, before beginning. And now, if I say something wrong, feel free to correct me, Stephanie. So when you open an account with VanHack, there are basically three things you need to do. As Stephanie has just said, a complete profile. Without a empty profile equals empty opportunities. Yeah. So we need to check your English, and we need to check your coding skills. Yeah. So we're talking about English right now. So this is the second or third most important thing you need to do when you open a VanHack account. Yeah. So once you do that, there should be a link on your profile page that will take you to the English verification page within our platform. Yeah. So and that's what I mean by being 100% self-service, because you do everything by yourself. And the task is basically, a process in which you have to see content, a certain content, and you have to record 5 short videos. When we say here short videos, we really mean short videos. They're videos of about 1.5 minutes. Yeah, so if you multiply 1.5 minutes by 5, that's 7.5 minutes. So this system is amazing, because if you're really confident about your English, if you have a level that you're really confident to use at work or anywhere else, you can actually do the whole process, the whole verification process, within basically 10 to 15 minutes. However, you have 72 hours to complete the whole process, to record 5 short videos. So if your level is kind of intermediate, no worries. You have 72 hours to read the content, do 20 sample recordings, read the content again, watch the video until you are 100% ready, and record your videos. So this system is designed to give you enough time to prepare, should you believe you need some preparation, and also to give you an opportunity to rehearse and prepare a lot before recording your videos. So it can take 15 minutes, even less than that, depending on your level. So, all right. So as I had said before, yeah. So on your profile page, there should be a link there that would take you right here, yeah, to this page. And this page is basically the basic instructions page. Yeah, this page might change. As I had said, the system is new. So we have an obsession here of making things better. We have an obsession of providing the best possible experience within the platform. So this is new and it is good. But trust me, we have weekly meetings to make sure that this is going to change and is going to change for better. So this is the instructions page. And on this page, you will see exactly what you need to do, what kind of resources you need. But the page is not long, but I can tell you right now that you need 3 things to have your English verified. One, a webcam. So I believe all of us, we have a computer, and all of us we have a mobile device. So that's, that's a no problem at all to all of us. So one, webcam. Second, enthusiasm. We need to have, our willingness, our will to really go forward and prepare to make sure that we record the best possible video. Yeah, so we need to do this whole process with enthusiasm. Why? Because I'm going to record a video. I want, whoever is going to be seeing my videos, I want them to see me on my best. Yeah. So it needs a lot of enthusiasm. That's the second thing. And third, an internet link. So I think we all have webcams. We all can be enthusiastic, and we all have access to the internet. So basically, we can all have our English verified here in this very simple and fun process. So in this page, you will see exactly what you need to do, the format of the test and everything else, but you already know because I just told you. And at the bottom of the page, there's a quick fact, yeah? Basically answering simple questions and also telling you which levels we actually test, we actually verify, the levels we use to check your English levels. And these levels are, all right, so now I'm gonna ask you guys to really pay attention, yeah, because I'm sure most of you will go through this process. So basically, these are the levels we test, yeah, and the bottom two are basically the ones we consider, the ones we validate, the ones that will actually open the doors for you to be sent to potential employers. Yeah. So the top two, they mean that probably you have to work a little bit more on your English. Yeah. Maybe increase the frequency of lessons that you're having, or if you're not having, you should be having English lessons. So basically, these two, those are the two ones we consider. Yeah, Stephanie said about finding the best possible match. So your English must be right here. Yeah, at the fluent level and advanced level. Yeah, and here the just tell me something, Stephanie. If a person is IP, yeah, what's the status of this person within the system?
Okay, right. Nice question. I think we had a candidate who asked this as well. So intermediate level candidates, do they have a chance? Well, they do, okay? We have had intermediate level candidates getting hired before. However, it is much less likely than if you have advanced or fluent level English, okay? So this is not something that we impose, it's something that is a request from our clients, from the companies we work with. So they want people who they can hire, and this person can start working right away, speaking English with their teammates, doing presentations in English, talking to clients in English. So usually, in order for you to be able to do this, you need to have advanced or fluent level English. But as I said, there are some exceptions. So if you have intermediate level English, I mean, you still have a chance. You still have hope. Okay, I think that was your question, right, Georgine?
Yes, thank you. Okay, another thing that is very important, yeah, because I know you guys are looking at this screen right now. You guys are staring at this slide, and you're already thinking, think about your levels and everything else. Okay, I'm gonna tell you just to forget about it. Okay, open your mind, clean your mind right now, because this exam, this test, this process will check your ability to use English at work from the practical perspective, not from the traditional grammar, precision, and everything else. We are checking your ability to use English at work, yeah, if you're apt or not. So that means that you may make some minor mistakes when you speak English, but if you can prove to us that you're able to use English at work, that you're able to go to a business meeting, that you're able to do a presentation, yeah, this model will test this. So do not focus too much on ensuring that your grammar is 1000% correct. Yeah, focus on your ability to speak. Yeah, focus on your ability to read and comprehend, to listen and comprehend and explain. Yeah, so basically this is what we are actually checking. Yeah, so your ability to use English at work, not if your grammar is 100% correct and your pronunciation. Logically, they are checked. Yeah, but more importantly is your ability to use English at work immediately. Yeah, as it says right here.
Exactly. That's a great point. So we see many candidates that, they do have a comfortable level of English. They say that they can talk to friends. They say that they can go to a restaurant and order a meal. And this is amazing, okay? But some of them, while they do have this proficiency, they don't have a very high professional proficiency, which is what you need if you want to work abroad in countries like Canada, in countries like Germany, and so on. So it's important, I think, to reinforce, just like Jardim said, that we are checking your professional proficiency in English, not your general English proficiency. All right? Thank you, Jardim.
All right. I don't know. May I say something here about the lessons we give for premium members now? Or
of course, yeah.
Yeah. So we do have a premium membership, yeah. And what we do, basically, we do daily lessons, English lessons, among other amazing services that we do. And I say amazing because I'm really passionate about what we do, yeah. So this passion is really genuine. So we do daily English lessons, focusing on what we check, really. We actually help premium members to be better prepared, yeah, for possible job and work opportunities, yeah. We do not give English lessons based on grammar, something that a traditional school, do, what they do. Basically, we focus on the practical side of English and preparing all our premium members for a possible opportunity that may occur tomorrow. Yeah, is that right, Stephanie?
Yeah, exactly. And in our premium membership, in our premium classes, we also work on interview practice. So, which I think is something super important, right? If you're at VanHack, if you're one of our candidates, you want to have interviews and you want to be comfortable having interviews in English. So that's also a topic that we focus on a lot, preparing our candidates for interviews, both technical interviews and behavioral interviews.
By the way, Stephanie and I, we do give lessons, so they're amazing. They're fun to give, and I'm sure when you have fun giving those lessons, whoever is attending our lessons, they also have fun. So
yeah,
so there you go.
And we have 4 different teachers, so you can choose which style you prefer. You can choose which type of class you would like to attend. We have classes in different times, so you can adapt your schedule around it. So we definitely recommend it.
All right. So Stephanie is going to take over in a second. But if anybody here, if you have already had your English verified by us, within the last 12 months, no worries. You don't need to do it again. It is valid for 2 years. And you want to take over, Stephanie?
Yeah, exactly. So just like Jardim said, if you did it in the last 12 months, that means after May 2018, don't worry, you don't have to retake the test now, okay? You can, but you don't have to. So don't worry about it. If you did it before May 2018, then yes, we do ask you to take the test again. This is super important so we can see what is your current level of English. All right, and this is only going to be good for you because it's very rare that a candidate actually levels down, right? Your English is probably better because one of our values is that your English is always getting better. So it's going to end up being beneficial to you. And the test that you take now, it will be valid for 2 years. So you don't have to worry about retaking this test in the next 2 years. Okay, one question that I saw here that I'm going to answer already. Yes, this process, guys, is 100% free. Okay, profile verification, English verification, code verification, they're all 100% free. You don't have to pay anything. Okay, we are bearing the cost because we really want you to get verified so we can send you to clients and get you a job abroad. That's our #1 goal. So yes, if you were verified before May 2018, you do need to do the test again. So you won't be able to apply for jobs anymore until you do the test, all right? And other certifications like IELTS, like TOEFL, just like Jajin said, they are not accepted. Okay, because they have a different purpose. We are doing something that is very specific to our public, that is very specific to the companies that we work with. That's why we do not accept other tests. You do need to do ours. But again, like we said, it's going to take you like 10, 15 minutes. It's 100% free. If you're really invested in getting a job abroad, it shouldn't be a big deal. It shouldn't be something too bothersome. All right, guys. Moving forward, yes, 100% free, takes 15 minutes. If you feel like you leveled up, so let's say, Stephanie, I took the test today, but I'm going on a trip to Canada next month. I'm going to study English there for 3 months. I think my English is going to get better. Should I wait? I don't know. Guys, don't wait. You can do it now. And if you were if you were evaluated as having basic or intermediate professional proficiency, okay, the first 2 levels, you can retake the test every 6 months. Although you don't have to. Remember, like you only need to take them every 2 years. But if you think that you have gotten better, yes, you can take it every 6 months in hopes of leveling up, okay, becoming an advanced or a fluent speaker. If you were evaluated as being an advanced speaker, you can retake the test every year, okay, so every 12 months. And one thing that I would really like to stress is that unverified candidates are not able to apply for jobs. Okay, you guys can test it. You can go to your job board. If you try to apply for a job, you'll see that you are unable to do so. So yes, if you are unverified, you are definitely missing out on opportunities. So don't wait too long, guys. I have sticked a note in our chat with the link there, so you can take a look at the test instructions, and you can start it whenever you feel comfortable and you have the right environment, the right tools. But again, you have 72 hours. There are just 5 questions, very simple ones, 1 to 1.5 minute videos, so shouldn't be too bothersome again. Okay?
Just one thing, Stephanie, just to add that you posted a link here, yeah? It's very important for you guys to know, do not go to the next page. Yeah, do not click at the bottom to check your audio and video if you're not ready to take the test. Because once you go to the next page, the timer is set to 72 hours. So only go to the next page at the bottom, yeah, click there, I'm ready, if you're really ready. Because otherwise you'll be in trouble, and you will have 72 hours to complete your verification.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Georgie. So yes, Georgie was mentioning the places that you can find this. So this is the link. The link is also on the chat. However, you can also, if you go to your job board, you're going to see this big banner on top where you have the button verify your English. If you click there, you will be redirected to the English verification page. Okay, as well as if you go to your VanHack profile, you'll also see a button on the top saying be verified or get verified, which will also take you to the English verification page. Okay, guys, just to make this very clear. So moving on, let's talk about our third key to getting hired abroad, which is code verification, which is a new process. It's something that we have implemented in VanHack just a few months ago. We're still in the beginning of it, but this is like being super helpful for our candidates. Just wanted to share this a little bit more with you. So the process for completing code verification is quite easy. So the first step, you go to your VanHack profile and you generate an invite. Okay, I'm going to be talking more about this soon. Then the second step is to actually complete the challenge. And the third step is just the result, the benefits. You get a preferred status in our selection processes. So let's talk about each of those steps a little bit deeper, right? So first, generating invites. If you go to your VanHack profile, you're going to see a section called Code Verification Challenges, where if you click on this drop down here, choose an option, you see a list of skills, okay? So if you are, let's say, a Java developer, you see the Java Code Verification Challenge, which you will then select and click on Get Invite. After you do that, you will receive via email a link with your test that you can access and you can start anytime you want. After you start this challenge, you will have 7 full days to complete it. But as I said, you can start it whenever you want. You can wait until the time is right for you and you have enough time. But again, just to reinforce it, like 7 days is more than enough. These challenges usually take our candidates maybe 3 to 5, maybe a little bit more hours to complete. So you're not going to be coding for 7 days. Don't worry about it. We do give you 7 days to give you enough room to do it on your own time with a lot of, I don't know, relaxed, right? Do your best as well. And something else is we do also have practice challenges. So some candidates, they want to, I don't know, get a feel of the test before doing a code verification challenge. Well, you can do it with our practice challenges. So these are much simpler than our code verification challenges. And they're also only regarding algorithms. Okay, guys? So you can choose an easy, a medium, or a hard challenge. So you can start it and you can take a look and you can get a feel of how does it work, how is the HackerRank platform, which is the platform that we use for testing our candidates, how the scoring process works, and so on. And this is not only to practice for code verification. You don't have to practice for code verification if you don't want to, okay? It's not needed. But it's also to practice for real-life algorithmic challenges that companies usually apply on candidates, okay? So I'd say that around 95% of the companies that we work with, they do have a technical interview, they do apply a coding challenge, and we always say that it's better to fail with our challenges than to fail with the company's challenges. So that's why we have created those 2 types of challenges, code verification and practice, so you can be ready to do the company-specific challenges. One thing to keep in mind is that our purpose with code verification is not to fail you. So don't worry, I see some candidates who, they get a little bit afraid. They say, I'm not sure, what if I don't get a really good score? Is that going to hurt my chances? No, that is not going to hurt your chances, okay? We only use code verification in order to help you. So if you got a really good score, this is going to boost your chances of getting hired by 1,000%. If you didn't get such a good score, don't worry. We're not going to reject you from selection processes. Companies will not see your low score. It's not going to affect you in any way. So it can only benefit you. That's something that I really wanted to say. As well as, let's say that you do a challenge today and you're not so happy with your result, don't worry, you can reattempt the same challenge in a month. Okay, so you can improve your skills, study a little bit more, and in a month you can take the challenge again and get a better score. Okay, so this is the process for generating invites. Actually, let me move on, sorry. So again, you have 7 days to complete the challenges. The scoring process is 100% automatic, all right? So it's based on the performance of your code, and it's also based on how many test cases your code has passed. As we make it clear on the test instructions, there are sample test cases, and there are also hidden test cases. So that means you should actually do your best in order to make sure that your code passes all those test cases. Okay. One thing that is also important to highlight is that companies will be able to see your completed challenges, will be able to see your code. So even though the scoring process is automatic, we tell our candidates, like, pay attention to code style, pay attention to anything, like do your code at the best that you can, because companies might take a look at it in order to evaluate your coding skills. All right. After you submit a challenge, it will be on your VanHack profile shortly. So ideally, it takes just a few minutes. Sometimes, due to the integration between our platform and HackerRank's platform, it might take a little bit longer. All right, and you can reattempt a challenge. 1 month after the last attempt. Code verification is meant to help you. As I said, low scores will not hurt your chances. Practice with us so you don't fail with companies. And code verification might also get you free VanHack Premium. So we do have a monthly code contest, where we select the top 10 candidates of that month. What does that mean? We select 10 candidates who have gotten an amazing score on our code verification challenges and who also have a complete VanHack profile and a verified English. All right. So by completing challenges, you are actually entering this contest again, and you might get a free month of VanHack Premium, which is I don't know, a great deal, I'd say. All right, moving forward, the last thing that I said is the benefits, right? So how does it benefit you? So candidates who complete the code verification challenges, they do get a preferred status in all process related to those skills of the completed challenges. What does that mean? So let's say that I am a JavaScript front-end developer, okay? And I completed the React.js challenge. And I got an amazing score. I don't know, I got 90%, 90 out of 100. So that means that every time you apply for a React.js job or a JavaScript front-end job, you are going to appear on the top of the candidate list, okay? Your match to that job is going to be much, much higher. As well as there are companies that specifically tell us, I only want candidates who have been tested by you. That means that we're going to use a filter, just like the one I'm showing you here on the left side of the slide. We're going to use a filter, and I'm only going to select JavaScript and React, and I'm only going to focus on those candidates. That means that the candidates who have completed that challenge, they will definitely have a higher chance of being selected and getting an interview booked than the other candidates. Okay, guys, so that's why it's such a big deal and it's so important. Not only that, if you apply for one of our events, such as recruiting missions or leap events, code verification is mandatory. So you are not going to be selected unless you have completed a challenge. So keep this in mind. Okay, one last thing that is important to say is that I know that not everyone is a developer of VanHack, right? We have QA engineers, we have designers, we have product managers. So if you do not work with any of the skills that we have tasks for, so any of the skills that are on that list that I showed you, the drop-down list, don't worry. Code verification is not mandatory for you. It's not gonna hurt you in any way, even for events like recruiting missions and leaps. For those specific candidates, we don't request that you are code verified. Okay? I hope it was clear. All right, cool. So guys, I'm gonna open up for questions now. I see that there are a few questions on the chat already. Please, if you have any others, just write it there so we can take a look at it. Let me stop the presentation.
There is one here, Stephanie, about feedback, yeah? So as far as the English verification is concerned, yeah, there is no feedback. Just the result is provided. To give proper feedback, it needs to be personalized. It takes time. This can be done automatically, but honestly, I've been working with the language consultancy for more than 10 years, and automatic feedback is not feedback, just something that the system sends it to you. We could create a system that, selects, whatever is, the feedback based on your score, but that's not gonna be as good as if you actually check your content and write, a personalized feedback. That's feedback, and that's really unable to be provided at this time.
Yeah, guys. We apologize for this, but it's really hard to provide feedback to everyone. We have hundreds of candidates per job. Okay, and as I said, sometimes it's just a matter of match. Our recruiters are going to focus on the candidates who have a better match to that job, who are English verified, who are code verified. So sometimes you are rejected not because you aren't good, but just because there are people who are AI have told us who are a better match for that job than you. It also happens sometimes that you move forward in the process. So we send your resume to a client and you are rejected later on. In those cases, the rejection comes from the client, from the company, not from us. And we are not always provided feedback. They don't always tell us we have rejected this candidate because of this, and that reason. That's why it's so difficult for us to provide feedback to everyone. Okay? But let's take a look at the questions now.
Just add one thing, Stephanie. So as far as feedback, as far as your English, we did a few months ago actually. We actually gave one-to-ones. We gave feedback individually to our premium members. Attending our lessons. I don't know if you remember, Stephanie. Do you remember a time we spent like 5-10 minutes just giving feedback? That was awesome. So premium members at that time, they had like a one-to-one opportunity to ask any questions, and for us, on their performing the lessons themselves.
All right. Georgine, your connection isn't so good. Okay, just wanted to let you know. But okay, moving on to the question. So Baba Tunji has asked, what happens to those who have passed the test initially? Well, as I explained before, if you did the test in the last 12 months, that means after May 2018, you do not have to retake it for another year. You can if you wish, but you don't have to, okay? Your test is valid for 2 years. However, if you were tested before May 2018, you are not going to be able to apply for jobs anymore until you are verified again, until you complete the test again. Okay? Same answer to you, Vanderlei. I think it was clear. Let me know if it wasn't. Thiago has asked if the English verification is free. It is 100% free. Alfonso asked, how can we prepare for English verification by an inexpensive and productive way? So the English verification, it doesn't require any preparation from your side, okay? It's not going to be a really hard test. We just want to assess your fluent level. So don't worry about this. Plus, as we said, like it usually takes a candidate like 10-15 minutes to complete it, but you have 72 hours. So if you want to take a look at the questions, you want to record yourself, you're not satisfied, you want to record again, you want to practice, you want to think about your answer, you have plenty of time to do that. If you want preparation in order to increase your level, I would say the service that I would recommend is VanHack Premium, because we have over 40 hours of classes per month that you can really use to increase your pronunciations, improve your pronunciation skills, improve your proficiency level, and so on. Right? Juan has asked, could you qualify to a job having intermediate English level? Is there any hiring success case for VanHackers having this English level? Yes, we have many success cases. They are not as frequent as for VanHackers with advanced and fluent English, but it happens. It has happened before, okay? Especially because there are candidates who are intermediate, but they're really close to an advanced level. So some companies might be okay with that. But it really varies from case to case, and we always encourage you that if you really want a job abroad, your aim should be at least an advanced proficiency level, right? Okay, let me see just a moment, guys.
Well, there's Alfonso here, just to complement your answer. How can you prepare for an English verification? As far as improving your English, and we all unique. We have different ways, to learn things, and there isn't really no right answer that can really help you take your English to the next level, because only you, Alfonso, how to take your English to the next level. However, there are techniques and there are tips and actions that can help you when you say like in a productive way, which is increasing your exposure. So if you live in a country that is not an English speaking country, increasing your exposure to English, it will help you dramatically. And what I mean by increasing your exposure is, listening to music, watching films or anything in English without any subtitles. Attending lessons, go to chat rooms. The more you are exposed to English, the quicker your learning will be. That is a guaranteed formula. So what you do is really up to you, but increasing your exposure will certainly and most likely increase the speed in which you increase your levels.
Yes, amazing, perfect. Thank you, Ricardo. Davi has asked, is there a possibility to get any feedback on what were the flaws or weak points in our solutions? I think you're mentioning the code verification challenges, right? So Davi, we don't have any way of displaying this to you right now. It's something that we are working on, we're thinking about, but as I said before, you can reattempt a challenge every month. So you can, little by little as well, like revisit your code, see what can be improved, study a little bit more. We are giving you this opportunity because we know that candidates want to improve and they can improve their solutions, all right? Danielle has said, I have been applying for 2 months to different jobs in VanHack, advanced English level, high score in HackerRank test. Until today, I have not had contact with any possible client. I feel a bit frustrated about this. So is there any way to know what happens, or do you need to be premium to have better possibilities? Danielle, 2 months is not that much. We have candidates who have been applying for jobs for quite longer, okay? We also have candidates who create an account and they're hired 2 weeks later, all right? But those are really rare cases. The point here is sometimes, guys, you do have a complete profile, you have a great English level and a great code verification score. But one thing to keep in mind is that we have thousands of candidates, thousands of people applying for jobs and looking for jobs abroad, but we don't have thousands of jobs. So it's just a matter of math, okay? This is as clear as I can be with you. My advice is keep applying because your time will come. There will be a job where you will be the best match, where your experience has everything to do with the company is looking for. The point is, don't give up, keep applying. I have been working for VanHack for over a year. My husband was a VanHacker. He was hired through VanHack. So I know that sometimes it can make us a little bit anxious that we are not seeing results, we're not receiving feedback, we're not being contacted. But when you least expect it, it's going to happen, okay? So you just have to keep hope and just like frequently evaluate yourself, evaluate your profile, see what can be improved, all right? This is like little by little, you keep improving, and this will lead to better opportunities. That's my perspective, okay? Thiago has said, I'm a product owner, there's no test to be done. How can I increase my chances? How do you manage that I do not have code verification to do it? Yes, Thiago, so like I said, if you're not a developer, if you don't work with any of those skills, don't worry. You do not have to complete a code verification challenge, and that will not hurt your chances at all, okay? Davi, the email said that I should try to retake in 3 months. Yes, this changed, Davi. So I'd say a couple of weeks ago, we decreased the wait time. So before that, you were able to retake a challenge every 3 months. But we realized that you guys improve and you improve really fast, and you want to see your score go up in your profile. So now you can retake a code verification challenge 1 month after your last attempt. And one thing to stress is that, let's say that you got a 70% score in your first challenge and you retake it and you got a 90% score, the 90% is going to replace the 70, okay? So that means that employers are only going to see your best score in your profile. All right. Let me see, do we have any other questions that have to do with today's webinar? Oh, Andre, we can find you at VanHack Stephanie. That's my Slack handle, Andre. I don't have a Twitter or an Instagram. Sorry, it's for Slack. So if you want to contact me on Slack. Thiago has asked how I increase my chances as I'm a product manager and I don't have code verifications to do. Make sure your profile is complete. Make sure that you complete the English verification and that you keep applying for jobs. Fernando has said, sometimes I feel my CV is not attractive enough, even though I am already fluent in English. I don't even get a chance to be interviewed when I applied. Is there something I am missing? So if you feel like your resume isn't attractive enough, something that I'd recommend is VanHack Premium. So I think there was a question earlier on as well that asked, what is the difference between VanHack Free and VanHack Premium? Does VanHack Premium gives you better chances at getting a job? Well, it does give you better chances of getting a job through VanHack. Not because we're going to select candidates just because they're premium members. That is not true. Okay, our process is fair. We do not take into consideration whether you are a premium member or a free member when we are selecting candidates. This doesn't happen. Okay, guys. However, VanHack Premium members, they have access to a range of services that really do end up increasing their chances indirectly. So what do I mean by that? They have access to English classes, daily English classes, which really help with their English level and with their confidence when speaking in English. We also have free resume and LinkedIn and profile consultation. So you're saying that you think your CV is not attractive enough? Well, premium members actually get a consultation, personal consultation, one-on-one with a VanHack member who is going to help them make their CV as attractive as possible and with the information that VanHack looks for in candidates, okay? We do have many other services. These are just a few of them, as well as we have courses that are exclusive to premium members, including we do have a course about how to make your resume more attractive, your LinkedIn profile more attractive, and things like this. So that is something that I would definitely recommend to you and to whoever else wants to increase their chances of getting hired.
Yeah, it works like a helping hand, right, to fill the gaps. We all have professional gaps and personal gaps, and I think the services that Stephanie just mentioned, they help you guys to fill those gaps. Therefore being better prepared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And then Andre has asked if he can point out companies to VanHack looking for a developer profile like yours. Sure, Andres. So if you know that they are willing to sponsor jobs, to sponsor international candidates, for sure, you can definitely mention this to us via Slack, okay? And we'll take a look and we'll reach out to them and see if they would like to be our partners. Okay, but it's important to note that sometimes you're going to see many jobs on LinkedIn, but that doesn't mean those companies are willing to sponsor international candidates. And all of our jobs, all of the companies that we work with, they are willing to sponsor you. Okay, so you will have a work visa, you will be able to come to Canada or to Europe with your whole family. All of our jobs provide that. Okay, which is not true in other job portals like LinkedIn's or monsters.com or whatever else. Kashi has said, I heard you said QA analysts don't need to do the skill assessment test. Should I complete my profile and not bother about the test? For now, yes, you do not have to complete code verification. We are working on the specific test for QA engineers, but it's not available now, so you do not need to worry about it. Rafael has asked, the English video field and profile page is for video resume. If so, it increases the chances of getting selected. Is it for VanHack or companies? Okay. Georgine, would you like to tell a little bit about the tell me about yourself question of our test?
All right. As I had said before, the test has 5 questions. Yeah, you have to record 5 videos. And the very first one, this is something actually I should have, explained a little bit better. The first one, basically, the first video you're going to record, when you have your English verified using the new system, that video is extremely important because that video may be used by us to send to potential employers. It is a video that you're going to be talking about yourself in the same way as you're answering a typical. Usually the very first one interview question, like tell me about yourself. So it's a minute and a half that you're going to be talking about yourself. That video itself is not part of the assessment. We're not going to be checking your English with that particular video. We're going to be checking if the video is good enough to be sent to companies. Okay, that's what we're going to be checking with video number 1 on question number 1. Yeah, is this video good enough to be sent to companies? And what I mean by good enough is the lighting, is the lighting good enough? Can we hear you properly? Yeah. Are you actually talking about yourself or the football scores from the important matches of the past weekend? So are you dressed properly? You just came from the party and you decide to record a video for your you know what I mean. So you have to look professional, yeah, because that video in particular, video number 1, may be sent to potential employers. Videos 2, 3, 4, 5, they are used to check your English levels. Video 1, it's used to basically to be sent to potential employers if required. Is that what you want me to say?
Yeah, perfect explanation. Right. And guys, if you would like someone at VanHack to review your profile, I encourage you to subscribe to VanHack Premium, okay? We do, as I said before, we have a service specifically for that, where someone will take a look at your profile and make sure it's as perfect as it should be. Okay, so I think that's it for today. I would like to thank you all very much for staying here with us today and watching our webinar. It was a pleasure to talk to you. I think it was the same thing for you, right, Charjing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. So if you would like to talk to us more and maybe come to our classes, again, VanHack Premium is the solution for you. If you are a member, you can watch some sample classes. Okay, if you go to your library, there are a few open classes there, but we have many classes a week. And by subscribing to VanHack Premium, we'll have access to that. So don't forget, the 3 keys to getting hired are profile, code, and English verification. If you have any other questions, guys, feel free to message me on Slack. My handle is VanHack Stephanie, or send me an email at stephanie@vanhack.com. All right. So thank you very much, everyone. I wish you have an amazing day or an amazing night. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.